Hello everybody and welcome to yet another episode of For Honor Class Warfare. And as always, I bring you two classes who are going to battle it out. And of course, those two classes have to be played by someone. And in this case, we have our Peacekeeper being played by the wonderful Arkenn, who's joining us. And the Warlord is being played by no other than Petemoo, who you may know from a previous video and some other things. Now, let's go right in for the people who don't know both of these people. Arkenn, let's start out with you. Could you give us a quick overview? What is your experience playing For Honor? How long have you been playing the Peacekeeper? And, what have you been doing in For Honor so far?
Awesome. Thank you for having me on the show. Really appreciate it. Looking to help out the community. So my experience with the Peacekeeper is I played her as soon as she was revealed and playable. I'm not sure which beta, but that's neither here nor there. I've been in 2 tournaments so far. My first tournament, I got to the quarterfinals. Second tournament, I got to the semis. I thought I did pretty okay, but there's always room for improvement. And the reason why I picked Peacekeeper and I main her is I like last cannon type style, low HP, high damage, high movement speed. Plus, the whole reactive guard thing is amazing. So that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Now, your opponent is, as I said, is going to be Petemoo, who, took off his belly fat from the Shugoki and is now being a very bearded warlord. So, Petemoo, very quick for the people out there, the one or two who may have not heard your name yet, could you give us a quick introduction?
Hey, thanks for having me. I've been playing For Honor since closed alpha, and I've been playing the Warlord since the technical test was available. I've been going to multiple tournaments, and I've won them all using the Warlord.
Oh yeah, he's won all the tournaments. I think that's at the point of recording of this video is 6 tournaments.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, Arkenn is gonna have quite the fight ahead of him, not just because the differences in classes, but also Petemoo being an extremely experienced player. But as always, that's what class warfare is all about. Let's see how these two fare off, and we're gonna be jumping straight into the duels. Hey guys, just a quick message before we start the duels. Sadly, Ubisoft has changed something in the latest patch where I can now show the HP and stamina bars of the enemy player, which is great, but at the same time I cannot get rid of the big red skull in the lower middle of the screen or the buttons in the bottom right anymore. So please forgive me about that, but I can't do anything against it. Please complain to Ubisoft and not to me. Thank you guys so much, and now we jump into the duels. All right, so yeah, you against Petemoo, first round here. What's it like fighting the Warlord of Warlords?
It's a tough matchup. Guys won 6 tournaments. Scary. Nervousness plays a huge factor, and I'm doing the best I can. See now that I'm taking it in to see his style, but I'm also being a little too defensive because I'm actually very good at parrying, and I could have punished that and that too. Both of those lights with a guaranteed heavy, which does 53 damage.
Yeah, just taking the defensive approach.
Well, I think it's a good idea to measure up your opponent initially.
Absolutely, yeah, especially in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
That was a
nice parry. Well done.
Yeah.
Definitely punishing me here, but I maintain composure and get my stamina back, which is key. I feel like I'm playing a little bit more offensive here, which I think is good. The pressure is nice.
Nice dodge on that zone attack there, nice.
Okay, so I kind of want to go over that quickly. So as I was judging him and going through the distance in our initiation, what was going through my head was his initiation attacks, such as headbutt, zone attack, and whatnot, and guard break. And I knew that while the zone attack does more damage, it is slower, easier to punish. So instead of going for a parry on the side into a guard break, I made the less risky choice of going for a side dash attack.
All right. Oh, nice dodge there. Oh, wow, no, that is a strong combo. What is that?
Okay, so that is the quintessential double stab. Well, should have been a double stab, but nervousness plays a key part. But it does double stab, wall stagger, dash heavy into another dagger, which does a total of, I believe, 61 points of damage when you count the physical and bleeding damage.
Wow.
So very situational. It will not work unless you're not against the wall. And secondly, it will only work based on the distance and type of throw that you do because of how long her recovery time is.
The wall stun being needed to get that lunge in, right?
That's correct. You can't do it. I mean, you can make the attempt, but the thing is you're risking a parry. He's being very, very methodical. He's pretty much stalking me at this point, as weird as it sounds, but that's true. Trying to maintain some distance here because I don't want to be near a wall.
Now both of you down by quite a bit. Ah,
Yeah.
and he gets you with a zone attack.
Caught me. Both of our attacks connected at the same time, and that's just the way it was.
And into round 2 we go.
Yep, definitely sizing him up again, but not. I think my mindset going into this is not to be as defensive, because I noticed in the last round wasn't getting the parries that I should have. That was a good guard break. See, now with that one, I didn't do the wall stagger because he was too far away. I would have missed it. Would have wished. Actually, if I would have went for it, I would have been risk getting parried. But I'm definitely playing. I'm mixed up a 50-50 with defensive and offensive.
Well, I mean, it is still the second round. You're still, like you said, sizing him up. I mean, the first round probably already showed you quite a bit of what he's capable of.
Right. Thing is, like, when you block it and he does the side light, it can be parried, but I keep thinking that it can't, which is interesting. It can be blocked at the very least. Again, I keep back. Oh, there's a good one.
That was a really good dodge on that headbutt, yeah.
Thank you. Very fast skill. Again, another one that I missed.
That was you blocking his heavy follow-up, wasn't it?
No, that was a side light he did.
Oh, the side light, right, okay.
Yeah, which gives you a long enough window to get a guaranteed heavy, which at his current health pool, he would be dead. Definitely. Again, another one. I think nervousness definitely plays a part here.
He's pushing you a bit in the corner there now, kind of like...
Yeah, that was a whiff. That definitely... He punched me correctly. I whiffed that pretty badly. So that's understandable, though.
Yeah. But then again, I mean, at the level of play that you guys are at, like, guard breaks are countered so much that, you know, like... I mean, that's like 1 out of 15 or something guard breaks that went through, so...
Right. So about 10 seconds ago, he did a light-heavy combo. I dodged him, but I could have at the very least did a side dash attack to punish, but I was playing way too defensively.
Now he gets a headbutt on you there.
Very fast skill, hard to...
Nice.
Oh. All right, so with that moment in time, my mode completely switched. He's at what looks to be here, like 1 point of health. Like, next hit, any hit would kill.
Right.
I would even imagine to say chip damage would probably kill him. But the thing is, and this is going through my mind, revenge. You know, if I make one wrong step, I get pushed back and he kills me. So I think I play way too defensively here, and well, you'll see. I should have been more pressured.
He's definitely pushing you at this point, knowing that, you know, like, you're scared of the revenge coming out.
Right, which is understandable. It makes sense. Oh, there it is.
Gets you with the zone attack again, yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Fast, but not undodgeable.
Okay, the third round.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely something I'm learning as I go along.
Right.
Still being a little bit defensive, still sizing up as you should do. Very nice guard break. Yeah. I force him to dash towards me, which, if you're mid-dash, you can be targeted by a guard break.
That was a sweet dodge there, right?
Yeah.
That was very
just as we were talking about the dodging, catching guard breaks, he catches me.
Yeah.
which is good, you know.
Well, it happens, but I do have to say, like, you're definitely pulling off those dodges of some of his attacks, you know, with the punish after that. You're pulling those off very consistently.
Thank you. I feel like,
nice.
There we go. That was nice because I forced, regardless if it was a regular heavy or a feinted one, the dagger pushed him off.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, that still builds a lot of revenge.
Oh, he gets a nice side in there.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely keeping him off me with the guard breaks. Yeah. Unless I get caught.
When you have him this low, what runs through your head?
It's funny because I feel like I play worse because I'm trying to be careful when I should be more offensive, right? Low health, let's finish off the opponent. And again, another whiff guard break, which hurts.
Oh, but you get him here.
Yep. Actually, this is really good. Nice wall stagger, side dash.
He survives that. Wow.
All right, so that at that moment in time, before the revenge ticks, I knew I had him. Because if you could see it, his health is all the way down, the bleeds are going to tick,
Yeah.
he should be dead. But as soon as I saw the revenge pop up, I knew right away he had one of two choices. Because going through my mind, I need to back up. Because he's going to pop it or else he dies. So if I back up and create some distance, I can at least force him to come to me and wear down some of that revenge.
Yeah, makes sense. So he's not gonna die because the revenge shield keeps him alive. Meanwhile, the bleed ticks out, and when the revenge comes when he comes back to normal health, yeah, there we go, revenge is off. Ah, and he gets you with that.
Yep, caught me mid dash, which is good. Very good, nice punish. Man. All right, so that was a close match. I thought the bleeds might have killed him. Revenge definitely played a factor, and yeah, he took the match for me because I played a little bit too defensive. All right, for those of you who have been wondering why I don't use zone attack in duels at all, I find it to be too forgiving of an attack with little to no punish unless you just happen to get a parry on what is considered, actually not considered, but is proven to be the fastest attack in the game. And that was my reason. So I felt like I didn't want to be carried by such a move. Thank you.
All right, here we are in the next round. You against Arkenn. So how was the duel so far?
So Arkenn was playing really reactive to me, kind of just waiting around for me to do something. I got a few free hits at the start of the match there.
I already have him down to half, yeah.
Yeah, and there he had a really nice dodge on the headbutts, punishing me with the sides heavy into the lights.
He got those off very consistently, those dodges, didn't he?
Yeah, and here I'm trying to bait the dodge from him by doing empty dodges like that, and sometimes going for a guard break as well. But he's not falling for them. He's really patient.
Would you say that he's one of the more patient peacekeepers that you fought so far?
Definitely, definitely. And he plays very reactive. Usually peacekeepers really want to go in with their double lights or the zone attacks.
Right.
Like there again, he's not falling for it, just properly reacting to my stuff.
But then you catch him with the guard break and take the round.
Yeah.
Alright, the second round against Arkenn. First one went well for you. But Arkenn definitely knows how to fight a Warlord, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. He's always very patient. There we go. I wasn't paying attention. He got the top lights. Oh, there you go. Nice reaction on the dodge with the guard break. Because I kept doing empty dodges on him to try to bait the side attack. But he's just not falling for them.
When you actually do bait the side attack, what do you do then? Do you just parry it and get like a nice guard break heavy?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's my idea.
Now at this point he actually has you down to half health. Should he like pressure you even more here, or should
I think he's playing the matchup. I think he's playing the matchup correctly. He's trying to lure me in, doing some impatient stuff. So he just keeps coming in, dodging backwards, trying to bait attacks from me. And here, very nice dodge on the headbutts.
Yeah.
Gets the guard break into the wall bounce and massive damage.
Yeah, that is crazy damage. Now at this point, like, he could be pushing you very hard, and he does, yeah. Nice. Actually takes the round from you there.
Yep.
Okay, and the third round, now it's 1-1, so Arkenn taking a round from you. Is he kind of getting under your skin a little?
He's definitely still keeping the same game plan.
Just being patient, yeah.
Very reactive and patient, yeah. Nice feint there, gets a few lights in.
Never falls for those empty dodges, does he?
Yeah. He's properly waiting for the actual flash. And there a nice dodge on the zone attack into guard break punish.
Oh, into the wall stun combo as well. That is massive damage on you. And the parry as well.
Yeah, parry on the light attack.
Now you are very low at this point compared to him, and he still seems to be playing very passive. Do you think he should have been way more aggressive here?
I think you should have tried to do some damage on me. Because now I'm not really feeling that threatened. I'm just trying to get in, playing safe, only using all guard and guard breaks.
Right. Because if he gets you with anything, like, you're probably dying. Oh, you grab him there, nice. Man, he's being overly passive. This is not what he should be doing at this point, is it?
Yeah.
Ah, the feint into the guard break. Very, very nice. Okay, and the last round. Now you can actually take it here. What's your approach to this?
So it was basically the same approach every time. I was trying to bait him into doing parries or dodge attacks by feinting. And here I go for the basic all guard. He misses the parry there. Get some damage in.
Nice headbutt there, got him in the corner. He parries you out though. He's so good on those parries against you.
Yeah, it's very dangerous to use lights against good players.
Oh, and you catch him.
And there he was trying to abuse the Peacekeeper's insane dodges with auto stamina. But I caught him on the dodge and threw him off the ledge.
All right, those were two amazing duels. Petemoo managed to win both of them, but Arkenn definitely put in a crazy fight. Showed us some great Peacekeeper moves and took some rounds off of Petemoo and definitely had the chance of winning the duel as well. Arkenn, let's start out with you real quick. Let's talk about the matchup in general. So how do you see Peacekeeper versus Warlord?
I would say, and I don't want to come off as complaining or anything, but I would say it's an uphill battle as a PK. Not entirely. I don't think anything in this game is insurmountable by any means. If you're good enough, you can beat other players, you know. But if you make a mistake, you should pay for it. But I would say that the Warlord would be one of my more harder matchups, if not the hardest. It's a fun matchup still, you know. I find the Warlord to be not too forgiving, but just overall very good offensively with headbutt. The good thing I like about that, especially since they changed it a little bit, it is punishable now. Still fast, but punishable, so I think it's more fair. But just to end that, it's a fun matchup, but it's a little bit more difficult on the Peacekeeper side, I would say.
All right, and what about, fighting Petemoo as the Warlord specifically? What about that matchup? What about the duels you guys just had?
Well, fighting what would be considered the top Warlord in this game, and tournaments to prove, obviously, I came in with a little bit of nervousness, and I'm not one to blame stuff, but I think it played a little bit of a factor into fighting him. But I felt like I adapted pretty well with that, and he plays very carefully, very method. Well, I can't even say the word method. Pardon me. Methodical. Thank you. And he's very careful. I mean, but the thing is, and I said that before, no one's perfect. Everyone makes mistakes, because if he didn't make a mistake and I never made a mistake, our health pools would be full at the end of each duel. So, but it's, again, very fun. I'm glad I got the practice, and thank you.
All right, Petemoo, I'm gonna ask you the exact same question. Warlord, from your perspective, Peacekeeper, Arkenn, what is the matchup like in general? Like, what do you think about it? What do you think about fighting a Peacekeeper? You obviously have some experience fighting them.
I think in general, Warlord has a slight advantage in it. I don't think it's lopsided or anything, but the Warlord can play really reactive and defensive against the Peacekeeper and just abuse all guard. And yeah, since Arkenn was playing really reactively to me, he wasn't really attacking too much, just trying to get any random hits in. He was just pretty much waiting for me to do the first move and react to that. So I couldn't really swing wildly, so I was just kind of tracing him. Didn't even throw that many headbutts because he was really good at dodging them. I tried to bait the dodge attack by doing empty dodges, but he wasn't falling for them.
All right, those are some good statements on the matchup in general and the duels you just had. Arkenn, let's go with you real quick. Can you tell me if you could change anything about the matchup, like if you could change anything about the Warlord, what would you as a Peacekeeper player wish to change?
Well, I actually agree with Petemoo. It's not a lopsided matchup by any standard. Now, if we went back to beta to where what Warlord used to be, then absolutely. But as it stands, it's a much more fairer matchup. But I would definitely say that it is in Warlord's favor, not by much, but it's there. But to change it to make it more fair, I'm not 100% sure, because again, you have to be very, very tactful with this and balance, right? Because one wrong move and that class could potentially eat the dust in terms of its effectiveness in all modes, even duels. So I honestly don't know. I think that question, like if you ask me what I would change on Peacekeeper, I'd be more than happy to tell you what would be fair. But I would definitely say that Petemoo who mains it or other Warlords who main them would have a better idea, especially those who have a level head like Petemoo, who understand that even if your class needs to get nerfed, as long as it's fair. And I feel the same way about Peacekeeper.
All right, Petemoo, same question to you. If you, in this matchup, could change anything about the Peacekeeper, is there anything you would like to see changed about the class? Is there anything you think would make the matchup like a little bit fairer, move it a bit more towards perfect balance?
I think matchup wise, this Peacekeeper's dodge is very hard to deal with as the Warlord. Even though the Peacekeeper is completely out of stamina, she can just keep dodging away and I can never catch her. But overall, I think the Peacekeeper has very good tools to stay offensive on the Warlord, abusing the zone attack since it's so fast and unpunishable. So those are the only things I would change about the character, really.
Especially the zone attack, I take it.
Yeah, and the dodging without out of stamina.
All right, thank you very much on those statements. And at this point, we are at the end. We've seen two amazing duels. Thank you guys so much, both to Arkenn, our fantastic Peacekeeper, and of course to Petemoo, our Warlord extraordinaire. I really, really loved watching this matchup, watching those fights. Thank you guys so much for giving us your time. I hope everyone out there had fun. Let's give it a cheer for For Honor Class Warfare. See you next time.